Welcome to Top 10 the World channel. Top 10 the World is a channel that aggregates useful information for everyone. Now, let's go. Welcome to Top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world. 1. Everest. Currently, the position of the highest mountain range in the world belongs to Everest. Mount Everest is located in Nepal and Kanchenjunga in Tibet. It is also known as Sagathatha. In 1865, Everest was given its official English name by the Royal Geographical Society, at the suggestion of Andrew Waugh. The British Superintendent of India chose the name of his predecessor in the post, Sir George Everest. 2. K2, Pakistan. Peak K2 has earned second place in the list of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world. Mount K2 is the highest peak of the Karakoram range of the Himalayas. The Himalayas have many peaks, but K2 is the highest with an elevation of 8,611 m. Therefore, the top of Mount K2 is also known as Wild Mountain. Although ranked second in this ranking, K2 is considered the most difficult mountain to conquer and has the highest mortality rate. According to statistics, 1 out of every 4 successful conquerors will die. Currently, the number has risen to 77 deaths in 300 conquests. The first people to conquer this peak of Mount K2 were an Italian expedition team led by Mr. Ardito Decio finally. His team, Mr. Lino Lassaselli, and Mr. Achille Compagnoni, successfully climbed K2, 8611 m, via the Abruzzi Spur climbing route on July 31, 1954. 3. Kanchenjunga. The third place in the ranking of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world belongs to Kanchenjunga with an altitude of 8,586 m. The name Kanchenjunga translates to 5 treasures of snow as it has 5 peaks, 4 of which are above 8,450 meters in elevation. The 5 treasures here represent the 5 treasures of God. These are gold, silver, precious stones, grains, and holy books. This mountain range in Nepal runs along the Nepal-India border. The first people to reach the summit were Joe Brown and George Band of the British Expeditionary Team, who completed their journey and reached the summit on May 25, 1955. 4. Lhotse. Mount Lhotse ranks 4th in the list of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world. This mountain is located on the border between Tibet, China, and the Khumbu region of Nepal. In addition to the main peak, which is over 8,516 meters high, the central, east, Lhotse also has a height of 8,414 meters, 27,605 feet, and Lhotse Shar is 8,383 m. Mount Lhotse was first conquered on May 18, 1956, by Fritz Lechsinger and Ernst Reis from Switzerland. Lhotse is warned to be one of the hardest and rarely attempted climbs. The first people to conquer this mountain range were the Austrians Sepp Mayerl and Rolf Walter. They reached the summit of Mount Lhotse on May 12, 1970. 5. Makalu. Makalu is the 5th highest mountain range in the world with a height of 8,463 meters. From the world's highest mountain Everest, you move 19 kilometers southeast to meet the Makalu mountain range. This is also where the border between Nepal and China meets. One of the 8 highest mountains in the world, Makalu is an isolated peak shaped like a 4-sided pyramid. Makalu was first conquered by an American expedition led by William Seary in the spring of 1954. 6. Cho Oyu Straightforward. This is the 6th highest mountain ranges in the world. Cho Oyu is located on the Nepal-China border, but most of the mountain range is in Nepal. The mountain is the westernmost peak of the Khumbu subdivision of the Mahalangur Himalaya, 20 kilometers west of Mount Everest. Ranked 6th, but Cho Oyu is considered the easiest mountain range to conquer in the list of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world. Because the terrain is quite simple and there are not many hazards. Mount Cho Oyu was first conquered on October 19, 1954, by Joseph Jochler, Herbert Tichy, Italy, Pong Dalai Lama, Nepal. 7. Dhaulagiri. Dhaulagiri has an elevation of 8,167 meters and is currently the 7th highest mountain range in the world. Dhaulagiri extends 120 kilometers, 70 miles, from the Kanchenjunga River west to Bari. This massif is bounded to the north and southwest into tributaries of the Bari River and to the southeast by Mayagdi-Kola. The name Dhaulagiri comes from Sanskrit where Dhawala means brilliant, beautiful white and Giri means mountain. The normal climbing route of Dhaulagiri is the northeastern ridge. Dhaulagiri was first conquered by an Austrian, Swiss, and Nepali explorer on May 13, 1960. 8. Manaslu. Manaslu is one of the highest mountain ranges in the world and it holds 8th place. It is located in the Mandiri mountain range in the west-central part of Nepal. In Sanskrit, Manaslu means Mountain of Souls. It was first conquered on May 9, 1956, by Toshio Imanishiro and Giles and Norbu, of the Japanese expedition. Manaslu is always the first choice for those who love adventure mountain climbing and want to try it. Challenge yourself at an altitude of 8,000 meters. 9. Nanga Parbat. Nanga Parbat currently holds the 9th position in the list of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world. It is located south of the Indus River in Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan. Parbat has now reached an altitude of 8,126 meters known as the Killer Mountain until the first half of the 20th century. Now the terrain of the mountain is less dangerous with harsh environments like in Pakistan that will also make it difficult for climbers. Here there are many of the highest cliffs in the world, especially in the south, rising a wall 4,600 m high. 10. Annapurna. Mount Annapurna is the 10th highest mountain range in the world. Annapurna is the name given to a series of peaks, the highest being called Annapurna I, with a height of 8,091 m. Being at the bottom of the list of the top 10 highest mountain ranges in the world, Annapurna is one of the most dangerous mountain ranges. The death rate when conquering this mountain is quite high. For every 100 people, 40 will die. The Annapurna area has 6 major peaks: Annapurna I, 8091 m, Annapurna II, 7937 m, Annapurna III, 7555 m, Annapurna IV, 7525 m, Gangapurna, 7455 m, and Annapurna South, 7219 m. Maurice Herzog and Louis Lequinel first climbed on June 3, 1950. Don't forget to click like, subscribe and comment to let the Top 10 The World channel know.